New lesson for today. What is Segwit? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the new episode, and now let's learn something new about Bitcoin. So what is Segwit, or Segregated Witness? That's the name given to a Bitcoin protocol upgrade, which was implemented on August 23, 2017. As in any other decentralized blockchain, if Bitcoin's algorithm needs updating, it's up to the Bitcoin developers to agree on how and when to make changes together. The Segwit protocol upgrade was designed to help Bitcoin scale and fix some bugs that represented a risk to its trustless characteristics. Segwit is most known for the way to update how data is stored on Bitcoin's blockchain. Protocol updates like Segwit are an occasionally reality for decentralized projects like Bitcoin and are unique to the blockchain space. For a centralized financial product, if the math behind it needs adjusting, an administrator or authority can just simply make a solo change. Bitcoin, on the other hand, which exists because people support it remotely from around the world, must instead fork in new directions when enough users agree to update their software in the same way. So, what's fork and what did Segwit's fork do actually? We did mention the forks in the last episodes. If you didn't watch it, just go back on previous videos and watch them. So, there are two kinds of forks out there. There are soft fork and a hard fork. A soft fork is a blockchain update made without splitting the chain in two, and the Segwits increase the number of transactions in any Bitcoin blocks. A fork is basically a modification made to open source code. It introduces deviations to how the underlying project works from that point on, and they can be either soft forks or hard forks. Hard forks force a blockchain to be split in two by requiring participants to flat out reject blocks that aren't compatible with the new software. The new chain is separate from the old. Segwit was a soft fork, meaning that there would still be a single Bitcoin blockchain to accept blocks from users who had or hadn't yet enabled Segwit in their software. Segwit fixed an issue called transaction malleability, which enabled BTC transaction data to be changed before the network proceed these transactions. This would create a bookkeeping nightmare. By allowing signature, in example witness, information to be stored outside a block of relevant transactions yet still verify them. Segwit allows Bitcoin to keep the integrity of transactions while also packing more of them into any single 1 megabyte blocks. The result is faster and safer Bitcoin. Segwit adoption still incomplete. Segwit hasn't been fully adopted by all Bitcoin network participants because it isn't mandatory, but also due to different initiatives between users in the ecosystem. Despite the benefits of Segwit, not all participants in the Bitcoin network have implemented it. For example, Bitcoin doesn't simply upgrade. It relies on wallets, exchanges, and companies using it to upgrade themselves and push changes to the network accordingly. With no one mandating Segwit adoption, it's up to engineering teams to nudge their organizations in the right directions, and this doesn't always turn out as expected. No one wants to pay $5 to send a Bitcoin payment when they paid 40 cents for the same payment just 6 months ago. Segwit support is therefore a valued future to look for among the larger variety of wallets and exchanges available. With more transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain becoming Segwit enabled, using ASIC boosts firmware or filtering out these transactions is no longer a profitable strategy for miners. Segwit's ability to give blocks more weight or transaction density relies on the idea that some blockchain data will be kept off the original chain, which is instead used as a sort of reference or index. Some believe that offloading data from the blockchain is already a failure, as it's like admitting that the blockchain alone can't function. From this perspective, Segwit itself is a weakness infected Bitcoin, and that's why rather than implementing Segwit is a piece of the community hard fork forked into a new blockchain called Bitcoin Cash in 2017. Bitcoin Cash is essentially legacy Bitcoin before Segwit, and its scaling strategy is simply to increase the block size and keep all data on chain. This is a decentralization strategy opposite of the Bitcoin core group, which sees Segwit as the first stack atop a multiplied blockchain. There are countless more ideas that riff of Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash or take a new tack. Segwit is simply one step in what the largest developer group of the largest cryptocurrency believes is the right path. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something new today. If you do not understand something, just let us know in the comment section down below. Please don't forget to leave us a like, hit the subscribe button, much appreciated, and until the next video, bye bye!